Switching over. Hello and welcome. God damn it. Hello and welcome back to the the Event Talk Live podcast. Today,
yeah, you got
we
it.
don't actually have Skeletoni with us. Unfortunately, Skeletoni is unfortunately not very well today, but we do have two co-hosts joining us today.
Hey guys, it's me, Skeletoni.
First, I'm going to introduce someone that joined us last episode. The one, the only, Mr. Applejacks. How you doing?
Oh my gosh. Hi. Hello. What's up? I'm doing alright.
And the other co-host we have is the lovely, the lovely, Quartz is Canon. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Took you a while to remember my name.
No.
Kind of awkward.
My mind's all over the place today, so yeah. Would one of you two like to introduce one of the guests? As in one of the events for the guests.
You got that.
Me? I got it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why do
Why do I
introduce
have
ourselves or anything?
There's two lovely events that I've been very, very much told, and I only remember one of them. We make cool things, right? Right?
Yeah,
You did it.
That's right. Wow.
Awesome. Dubs. Would the we make cool things people would like to introduce themselves?
Prime.
Sure. Hi.
Say something to the nice people.
Okay. God. All right. Hello. I'm Prime Strat. Most people just call me Prime. And I'm the lead dev of WMCT. I handle primarily like the back end of it, make all the mechanics work, that kind of thing. And yeah, it's nice to meet all of you.
Hello, I'm Roman. My gamer tag is Bean Rollup, so some people know me as that. I'm the other owner and the lead creative at WMCT. In addition to that, I'm also the lead game designer and lead artist at Lunar Client under Moonsworth Bedrock. I'm a builder, pack artist, and the music creator at Minecraft Bedrock Championships. In the past, you might have seen some of my work at Norvale or Lifeboat, and I also had a position on the Hive Games volunteer team.
Thank you very much.
Now, what don't you do?
I thought I was just gonna explain what I did in WCT. I had a lot more in store.
I had to just
You had a
mentally come up with a
lot.
list.
A little
little of things to go through and stuff. Yeah.
I really appreciate that, WMCT. I'm gonna introduce the other one because I don't think you two will, you two really know the other one, so I'll introduce them. They are one of the most wonderful Java law event type things in a long time. They are, I think, the only one that's actually being run right now. I could be wrong by that, but I think they are. They are the one and the only Chris and Isaac. How are you doing? And thank you, Isaac, for letting us use your music as well.
Yay! I'm just gonna say right off the bat, this is like comparing like someone who's had decades of like experience to a baby. So yeah. Anyways, hi, I'm Isaac Carter. I am the owner. God, what don't I do on CCU? I'm the owner, composer, main story writer, builder, and main developer of CCU. Which is a Minecraft lore minigame event.
Charity event.
Charity
Yes,
event.
thank you, Chris.
Chris, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. I mean, most people call me Chris. I also go by Gray. My username is Ianimalai, which everyone pronounces wrong. Once again, I'm not sure what I don't do. I'm pretty much do everything that Isaac does, but I'm like the like if Isaac's the top level, I'm just below him, but I do pretty much the same stuff. Although Isaac does a bit more coding than me.
That is completely fair.
Yep.
Would one of the co-hosts like to do the first question, or would you like me to?
I think you should kick us off.
I will do. The first question, I'm gonna start with this one. What inspired? I'm gonna ask this to both groups. I'm gonna say which one to start off with as well once I finish the question. What inspired you to make the universes of CCU and WMCT that you're a part of? So I'm gonna start off with WMCT. What inspired you to start the universe of WMCT?
Oh well. I mean, how about I go into the technical and
yeah,
you go
if
into
you
the
wanted to
literal?
do that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, go for it.
So initially, I did a lot more content creation in the Minecraft space, and I would do these live streams where I would like live code some sort of mini game and then have my viewers join it. And this eventually evolved into, I try to get better and better, and then one day Roman here kind of said, hi, maybe I can help make like some models and stuff. And then, we started collaborating, we started making more stuff, things got more and more complex, and I got more involved in the event space thanks to another Minecraft event called MCBC. It's a Bedrock event that takes a lot of inspiration off of the basic.
I'm very well versed in MCBC because I've actually played in it once. For people who don't know,
perfect.
MCBC is Minecraft Bedrock Championships.
Yep. So, I was inspired by that. I was inspired by a lot of the event space, and one thing led to another, and then we started making an event. And a lot of the lore-related aspects kind of came after, but that's more of Roman's sort of child, so I'll let him sort of explain how that kind of came to be.
So I didn't really know what an event was before we made ours. I was, kind of tangentially familiar with MCC, but I didn't watch it. I wasn't very familiar with how it worked. When Prime said we'll make an event, I didn't really know what that entailed, so we just made sort of 6 unrelated games and then sort of wove this story in afterwards, which season 1, didn't make a lot of sense, but there was more of a conscious effort, I'll say, in season 2 to actually add a specific narrative and have characters and have settings and have story and have a general plot and reveals, and we had to balance voice lines with actual games because more people are there for the games than the story, as I'm sure this other event is very aware that people tend to care a little bit about more about what's being played than what's happening in the background. But we kind of settled in with this very simple story in season 1, which got more complex in season 2, and we hope to elaborate more on that in season 3.
I'm honestly, like, I'm gonna say that I can say this publicly. I actually applied to be a part of the next WMCT. I'm really hoping I get in because I've watched the WMCTs and it looks amazing. It's one of the best events I've probably seen, and honestly, it's really, really cool. And I honestly hope Applejacks enjoyed it as well. If you want to touch on that a bit, Applejacks.
Yeah, sure. Well, just yesterday I played WMCT. So did Quartz, actually.
Well,
It was-
well, I was meant
What?
to.
Oh wait, you yeah, I forgot you subbed out.
I
Never
had
mind.
some stuff in real life, and I didn't get to play.
yeah.
It was really
So
tragic.
yeah, I played WMCT yesterday. It was pretty great. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you got first indiv.
Okay, well,
Yesterday went okay. There was
You're kind
one
of
the
lucky
things
I wasn't
about-
there, Applejack, so I would have beat you.
Not to derail us too much, but Bedrock updated that morning, and it's not like Java where you can just play in a specific version. So we had a lot of issues caused by the update, and then also this specific event was 24 people, and it's meant to be played with 18. So it got very laggy at some point. So I'll say it wasn't our like cleanest executed, but when we bring it back down to 18, it should be more playable. Let's say. Yeah.
and I mean, it definitely it did more than we thought it would.
Yeah, no. We were like, it might work, but
I was surprised
kinda
on what
did, but
games
okay.
worked and what games didn't.
Yeah, me too. Or like going into Harby, you were like, yeah, this will be fine, and then I was like, I don't know, and then
It's
it
funny
didn't,
because
but-
like the Harvey normally runs way better than I don't know. It's
Well,
you
I
know,
think the
something about
meteors just
horses.
kind of exploded.
literally. Anyway, yeah, that's a little backstory in WMCT.
Now to CCU, what inspired you to make your universes, or your universe for for CCU?
So we had I had a musical a while ago, and I still do, but it's kind of on the back burner at the moment. But I wanted a way to tell a different part of the universe's story without, making the musical 6 hours long. So at first I tried to do an SMP, which didn't work. And so then it kind of pivoted to the event space, and now it's finally actually able to let me tell the story that I wanted to tell from the start. So it's probably the best answer I can give, really.
That's fair. I'm trying to like say stuff, but it's like I can't really say what I want to say because reasons. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say because reasons.
I mean,
Okay.
something I can add on to it actually.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Is like we have, I guess, Isaac's story. We have the overarching story of CCU, and we also have a lot of dev team members have their own characters who are a part of the story, and it helps us to flesh out the story and create something really fun. Like, I'd say almost everyone on the dev team are voice actors.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are voice actors over actual like coders and stuff. Like, me, Isaac, and Grav, we all learned coding for CCU. Like, we never knew it before. So it's like, it's just a really, I don't know, fun experience to learn how to code games and stuff. And the CCU, like, it's so much better than last time. We've learned so much, and yeah, I'm just very excited.
Yep. I'm actually going to stick with you guys because I'm going to go to a question that's CCU related. Not like fully CCU related in the sense of the actual event, but it is something to do with something I saw on Twitter that I was really interested in, and that is how will the cosmetics work that you've coded in?
Oh boy, what a great question. So before the event starts, there'll be a week-long section called the investigation, where players who have been accepted into the event, and also our stand-in players, the players that will be called in if someone can't make it, will be able to explore the lobby and basically investigate Shaming and its mysterious practices. And as you unlock achievements, you'll be able to unlock different hats from our lovely little mole, Trashy the Mole from Trash Sticks, which is a shop in the lobby.
Ah.
Yeah, from the more like logistical side, it's been very interesting. I don't know anything about how Bedrock works, but in Java you can only rotate. Like when I build in Blockbench, or when we build in Blockbench, you can only rotate any kind of cube by one axis. You can't do two.
Yeah.
So it's been really difficult, but also quite interesting to try and figure out how to model things in it, especially where a lot of our cosmetics are based off of the event we're collaborating with, who uses CPM, which is custom player models. Yes.
Yeah.
And they have a lot more freedom to do stuff. So there's been a lot of remaking and slightly changing people's designs and stuff to try and make it look like them, but still work in Java, because we're not modded, we are data pack only.
Yeah.
We have like a plugin or two, but that's still sort of vanilla, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that technically is vanilla. Yeah, yeah. Would one of the co-hosts like to ask the next question?
Hey, okay. Well, I'm gonna guess there's no order we're going in here from.
No, it's random order. It's random order.
All right. Let's see. Okay. I like that one. What inspired you to make like a more unique event, like a unique take on an event? I guess you kind of answered it, somewhat.
Is that for both people?
That's for both. That's for both.
That's for both. So, I just didn't see you were talking. You can keep going if you want.
Sure. I'll take this. I know exactly what inspired it. So, I don't know how long ago it was, but MCC posted a image of a blueprint of a hot air balloon. And my instinct was, oh my god, they're adding lore into MCC, and then they didn't. And I was extremely, extremely disappointed in it, so I was like, you know what? I'll do it myself.
That's
I love that.
That's
That's actually amazing.
yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I think, I mean, I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm happy to have learned that. But for me, at least, like, I'm a huge nerd. I love doing ARGs and stuff. I love solving lore. I love learning everything possible about a game. I love learning the reasons why stuff is the way it is. So it's been nice being able to do that for my own thing, I guess.
That's actually
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's completely fair,
like-
to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I not to make anything about me, but I've kind of worked on events before as well.
To be honest, I
But I
mentioned
really
my
like
event.
the learning curve as well.
I'll be perfectly
Yeah.
honest. For the people that have already watched Event Talk Live before, they will know that I talk about my event a lot during these episodes as well. So
I mean, it's
Yeah, I
fair.
just- I
We're
don't
here
want
to
to take
talk
anything-
about everything.
yeah,
Don't take
that's
anything
true.
away from the guests. That's all. But we make cool things. You wanna go now? You need a reminder of the question, or?
I mean, it was we sort of glossed over this a little bit, but yeah, definitely. Like, I had no idea what an event was. I didn't know what it was supposed to have. It felt natural to include some sort of narrative in it, even if it wasn't the cleanest fitting. But so yeah, it was less of like creating a unique event and just like, I'm just gonna make an event, and it's gonna like be exactly what I think it should be. And I think Prime had much more of an idea going in because he knew about MCC and stuff. I only really found out about MCC when like my friends played in Rising. I was like, oh, I have to figure out what this is now. It's like when Blue Bed Records did it, I was like, oh, I have to know about this stuff now so that I can watch their stream. And so it was kind of the first really brush that I had with it to that extent. Prime, anything else you want to add?
I mean, yeah. I mean, as a game designer, there were things that I wanted to be there, but I also knew that like there were things that I didn't like, and it was controversial in a way because it was like, oh, you're not gonna do a team versus team finale. How dare you? You know.
Yeah.
But you know, at the end of the day, we just sort of threw what we thought would look cool, and you know what? It stuck to the wall. Yay! Especially in season 2, it was like season 1 kind of gave us a foundation, and then the next season gave us some sort of. I think the best way to say this is it gave us a format, right? You know how events have like their own formats where they have X amount of games. They might have a voting game, and then they have some sort of finale. It kind of gave WMCT the format that we liked,
Yeah.
which I can maybe go into in a more detail later. But that's really it for that.
Fair enough. Applejax, do you want to ask the next question, or do you want me to?
Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, WMTD. What inspired your name?
Oh boy.
Sorry, I was trying to set up push to talk. It wasn't working. I actually remember exactly what inspired the name.
I don't remember. That's a
You don't?
I
Oh my god.
don't.
Okay. Well, first of all, I think both Prem and I are kind of in agreement that neither of us really like the name. I think if we could change it at this point, we probably would. But
It's kind of iconic now.
it's a little bit, yeah, like it's kind of too late. So you know, as Prime mentioned, I really just I showed up in his chat one day and I was like, hey, I can make some models for you. And then it turned into a small project. So the first thing that we made wasn't an event. It was a game called Portal Tag, which did make it into season 1 and then again into season 2. But essentially, in Prime's Discord was where we would do the development, and all of the chat channels, like where people could type, were under a category. Like Discord has different categories, and
Yeah.
the category was called We Say Cool Things. And then the VCs were all under a category called We Speak Cool Things. And anyone who was working on the Portal Tag project worked in a bunch of channels that were under a category called We Make Cool Things. So initially it was like, do you remember this now, Prime? Is this ringing a bell?
Yes, yes, it is.
And so essentially when we actually started, real work on the when we had people in it, in Portal Tag playing it, we just needed something that was like, oh, Portal Tag by We Make Cool Things, and that got abbreviated, and then that's what we've been sticking with ever since. So it is yet another acronym event name, of which, dime a dozen really, but that's where we got that from. I do remember this specifically.
Wow.
Fair enough.
I'm relaying a little bit.
I actually have a question. This is from the last message for the co-hosts, but who is your? I'm gonna start off with CCU here because I've been told that that Isaac knows this question. Who is your dream partnership?
I do not know the answer to this.
Me neither.
So I have thought a lot about this, and I have two very specific answers that are going to get me laughed out of this VC. So the first one, Chris is going to laugh at me for this one, is Minitoon. I would love to make a CCU that's themed after Roblox Piggy. Laugh.
Yeah,
Anyways,
here at the desk.
yeah. And if the second one would be, I would love to do a collaboration with Gears for Breakfast, which is a company that makes a Hat in Time.
Yes!
Because it is one of my favorite games of all time, and I would love to do anything with them.
Please. I'm like, that's one of my, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I love A Hat in Time, it's my favorite game. Oh my god.
Such a good game.
Oh my god, like, I would love to see a CCU X, A Hat in Time or Games for Breakfast. I would love to see that. Anyway, I'm gonna try and calm down, and whilst that's happening, WMCT, do you have one?
No, I don't want to collaborate with anyone. That sounds really bad, but I don't want to.
I hate everybody.
I don't know. I don't
compare
think I've
with
ever thought of. I mean, honestly, even now I never thought the project would get as big as it did. So,
Yeah,
I don't
there's not
think I've
really
ever
anyone
really given it thought.
there's no one to collaborate with, honestly, and I think
It's also hard because we're a Bedrock event, right? So there's like maybe 2 other Bedrock events that exist that are
as of last week, because like a few of them just imploded the other day. I don't know what happened there.
They all exploded.
Yeah. I don't really know. It's a whole thing apparently, but
all the Bedrock events just blew up.
I mean, part of it is also that we're a very small team. We have 4 QA people. Bear is there for moral support. Slater from MCBC is around for
Shout out Bears canceled.
Shout out Bears canceled. Slater is there for sort of like game advice, and then we also have Crazy Guy, a developer consultant. But like for the most part, when it really comes to making the games and the entire event, it's Prime and I basically, until we bring in other QA. So essentially, like 2 people. I don't really have the instinct to bring in more because we just do everything ourselves essentially. So and I like that workflow a lot.
Yeah, and
we're
like
in
the
the same
only
boat, really.
and yeah,
Sorry, both of you talked.
Yeah,
didn't
both
hear
of
either
you
thing.
talked, I didn't know anything.
One at a time. Somebody say something.
I was gonna say we're kind of in the same boat, I guess. I mean, I agree with Isaac. Those ones would be very cool, but in terms of collaborations, it's sort of more like the collaboration would be our event. We would be themed around them, I guess, more than actually receiving help from them so much. If that makes much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the end of my point. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a bot in chat, by the way.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, I'll sort
We
that out
welcome
in
all
a
bots in
second.
chat.
I'll sort that out now.
You tell him shots.
Whilst I'm sorting that out, can one of the co-hosts get the next question, please?
Yeah, I would do that. Okay, that seems like an easy one, and one that might have a lot of different opinions, considering there's 2 people from each event. What's your favorite game in your event?
Oh god.
Wow. I hate them all. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I
really
think
don't
we've
like my
discussed
event.
this before.
We have, and I'm still unsure. I mean, I can maybe pick one, but
Yeah,
You
go for
have
it.
to pick.
oh god.
Oh, my favorite one to watch people play is Eruption because people get so mad and it's my favorite thing. Such a rage game and it like when people freak out over the spiders especially that's my
Except
favorite.
Applejacks because I'm just like the best.
Yeah, you just
know,
go
it's
through, like it's a perfect there's a video of me doing it in one like I didn't die at all. Eruption for context is a race game where there's a bunch of obstacles and 10 checkpoints and then you get sent back through. But it's very ragey. It can get frustrating to play, but
the
it's
damn
doable.
checkpoints.
I can do it without dying.
Damn.
It's not crazy. It's not impossible, but it's like it gets some people a little bit heated, and it's my favorite because then it goes right into the boss fight, and then people are high in energy. I'll say.
That's
The damn checkpoints.
I
Prime?
think for me, I think it has to be Turbine Tinkers. I just think it's
yeah.
really technically impressive.
yeah.
I love Turbine. I love Rockface too.
I
Turbine
love hey
Tinkers.
guys, I love Turbine Tinkers. Turbine's the
So
best.
Turbine Tinkers is our puzzle game, basically. And the way it works is there is one start room and one finish room, which is the purple and orange rooms respectively, and then 4 other colored rooms that you can pick in any order. And the idea is that you have to choose rooms that you think other people aren't going to complete faster than you. And each room has its own sort of gimmick to it. So, for example, the red room is the skill puzzle, and it's cool because basically it randomly generates a order of boxes, and you have to make sure that by the time you get through all of the boxes that they're evenly distributed on the scale, which sounds easy. It's not.
Yeah, because it's literally wherever you decide to put one will appear, and it will be the same color as the one that spawned in front of you. So that one took us a while to do.
Fair enough.
And it's like on a thing too. It's not just hovering on a platform. Like they're there.
Yeah. There's so many things there.
God. You sound traumatized.
Yeah, that does sound traumatizing.
Yeah. How about CCU?
Yeah.
This
I'm gonna give a really annoying answer, so I'm gonna let Isaac go first.
this is an extremely controversial question among the dev team.
Oh no.
Every
It's
single
not for any
dev team
bad
member
reason.
has a favorite game and a most hated game, and it is all different amongst us all.
I don't think there's anyone who's the same.
No, no one is the same. In my personal opinion, and I know this is going to be completely different from what Chris is going to say, my current favorite, as we are developing a lot of games for a future event and also for this event, is Donna's Diner.
Yes.
Which is it's a cooking game inspired by Scary Sushi and Overcooked and all those other cooking games that stresses everyone who's ever playtested it out.
Yeah, it is stressful. It's stressful.
And since I'm sure Chris is about to say that they hate Donna's Diner, I might as well get my most hated game out of the way.
It's gonna be my favorite, I bet.
And that would probably be Down the Rabbit Hole from
okay, never mind.
CCU4. But Chris, go on.
Which was a dropper, by the way.
Mhm.
Just went
Go on,
kind of
Chris.
wrong,
Just
but
rip the band-aid off, Chris.
no.
Just do it.
I'm okay, fine. My favorite game. I'm gonna be really annoying. My favorite game to play is Time Bomb Tango.
Oh my god!
So it's inspired by games like Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. And the thing was, it's such a technically complicated game, especially when we didn't even know how to use data packs when we made it. It was fully command blocks. I'll explain it in a minute. But one of the issues was when it got to the actual event, no one had enough time to process or understand how the game works, so it just completely flopped when it came to the actual event. Because when the dev team members had tested it, we knew how it worked. But if you know how to play, it's the most fun game ever. It's pretty much one of your team members gets put into a maze and they start in the center, and they get given a banner. Let's say they have to go to blue banner, and the rest of your team have a picture of the maze that the other player has just been put in, and you have to use northeast, southwest to guide people through the maze. And there's lots of different markers around. Like, I think we had soup, like, you know, why you're buying clothes at the soup store. We had one of those. We had, I think, Santa Papyrus's house was one of the landmarks. But it's such a fun game when you play it, but it's so complicated to understand for the first time.
What do you mean you're at soup?
Yeah, what do you mean you're at soup? I'm continuing on. My favorite game, like, technically has to be Data Collection.
Yes.
Which has progressed so much. It started off as just Race for the Wool, and that's what the original CCU was. But now it's become our final main kind of centerpiece of the game. And you go through collecting data points from barrels that are randomly generated, which is very cool. I didn't do really any of the coding for this, so I'm just like gushing over how cool the coding is. And there's lots of different towers that we've built them in a way that we can swap them out and it can be reusable. It's just so cool. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Data Collection is my favorite game I've played. It's in my opinion my favorite game. Like, I loved playing it.
Yeah, it's all well and good when you understand it.
I love pretty much every single game. There's no game that I hate. Like, I enjoy all of them. There's some that I find easier, some that I find harder, and I cannot stop. I need to stop talking. Yep.
No need to stop talking if you're.
Yeah, if you want to keep talking, keep talking. It's completely fine.
Okay. I don't know how much. I don't know how much I can say about this CCU. I don't quite remember how much is public, so I will not, just because I genuinely don't know.
Speaking of making things public, shall we show the teasers that you sent us, Isaac?
Sure, go ahead.
Ooh,
so
I don't know what you've sent.
Let me share my screen for you guys.
I've given no context to any of these teasers.
Now I've got fine. There we go. These are the pictures that I was sent by Isaac.
You are sharing your entire Discord on Twitch, just so you know.
Yeah, I know. It's fine.
I built that.
Yep. These are all the pictures that I was sent by Isaac, from this CCU that they're currently making. These are all the pictures I have from Isaac. So if everyone can look at the screen share, then we'll go through it. Is everyone looking at the screen share?
I believe so.
Okay. So this is the first one. As we can all see, this is the first little picture. I believe, if I remember correctly, that's of the train station. That could be completely wrong, though. I could be just completely wrong.
Should we? Would you want us to explain the pictures?
Yes. Yeah. If you wouldn't mind.
Certain ones I wouldn't.
Okay. So I'm gonna let Isaac explain them because I don't know what's going on.
All right. So this first one is. Oh my god, I can hear myself. Let me just mute the stream. The first one is of our second game, Slappy Salmons, which is. It's okay.
The best game.
This is from one of our random modifiers that changes how the game plays every round.
I just have to say, for context, Slappy Salmon is a game where you hit each other with fish that has knockback 10 on it.
I mean, I didn't explain that. I felt self-explanatory from the name Slappy Salmons.
Oh, did it? Oh, okay, my bad.
Can I just say, on Twitter we had a thing which I'm not gonna ask because it was an incomplete question, but it just says, "Is Slappy Salmons?" That's it. That's the only thing that was said.
Is Slappy Salmon?
Yeah,
Can we
I'm
get an answer on that?
Yeah, wait, can we get an answer on that, please?
Yeah, yes.
I'm assuming the question was supposed to ask, "Is Slappy Salmons in this event?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
and all I got
know
is
who
just
sent that.
all
I
I
know who sent that question. Which the answer is yes, yes it is. And it's a lot better than how it was in CCU4.
Oh, it's so good now.
This is the second image that I was sent. If you want to talk about this one,
That's the lobby.
Yeah, that's all we really need to say.
that's all you really need to know.
You
That's
get
the
to
lobby.
explore it the week before.
Yeah, during the investigation, as we mentioned earlier.
Yep. This is the next one.
Slime.
Yes.
Really good, really
still
good
Slappy
explanations.
This is amazing
Slappy Salmons
explanations.
again, I see.
That's
Slime.
that's the next one. Would you like to talk about that one?
I cannot say much about
I don't know
this
what
one.
the fuck. What is? Oh, I
Is
know
this still
that.
Slappy Salmons?
This is not still Slappy Salmons.
This is completely different.
I can't say
Oh,
much about this
disappointing.
one, but just know that HD Corp welcomes all visitors.
Oh.
Interesting.
And this is the last picture that I was sent.
Choo choo!
Man, I was just hoping for it to be a picture of me spawning salmon everywhere.
I mean, I can send that if you want.
Send that.
Yeah, go. Yeah, this is a train.
I'm pretty sure I can read that. It's a train, yeah.
Yeah.
It goes choo choo.
What is
Many
on that
trains do
person's
that.
head?
That's a hat. Don't worry about it.
Don't
I
worry.
think
about
it's
it.
a wheel.
You just
Ash
have
is dead.
Ash that's just inside
She's
the seat.
recovering from a very serious accident. It's fine. Don't worry. See, walk in a straight line.
Oh my god.
50% of the time.
So
Then we had to make them walk over a bridge.
And they walk on the very, very edge of the bridge of every corner.
That was before we added barriers. They walked into the water at first. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I feel like we need to send some teasers or something to compete with this.
oh god.
Season
Yeah,
3,
we'll be
yeah!
attempting some CCU
I mean, we
now.
have. Hang on, let me actually grab. I'll grab like 2.
Fair
This is
enough.
my final
not?
one. Lost teasers.
Okay, here there'll be 2 season 3 ones that we've released, and then 2 different ones.
Yep.
No way.
We still have to release the stuff they got unlocked for the charity event.
Oh yeah, that's 2. These are 2 that we released.
Ooh.
Like I'm on the
God,
one
the stuff you can do with Bedrock is crazy.
That allows us to translate our Bedrock add-ons into Java Fabric mods. We
Dude,
just
that's
slap it on,
insane.
build what we
What?
want, and then
That's
bring it back.
actually insane.
And then we convert it back over. I will also send here to. Oh, okay. Wait.
And we wait.
We wait.
Here are 2 little teasers for game night.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Oh
cool.
my god, dude, it looks
Jason
so
Bourne.
cool.
Wow.
Wait,
What the hell?
dude, I should have dropped everything
Oh.
yesterday.
Well, this
Give me
second
half
one
of
isn't
that
out
power.
yet. It's a different event that we're working on called WMCT Game Night, which is 6 players total, and it's just some kind of classic board games,
I'm
but
gonna have to buy Bedrock now.
Minecrafted,
Very
basically.
we're gonna have to put together a CCU team now. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I
I'm
think we
joking.
can- this is the type of thing where like we can host it a lot more often because it's not like full scale. Like
Yeah.
We're bringing back a fan favorite character essentially to be the host.
Yeah.
Of this game.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to.
It's not Rockface.
Yes.
No!
Sorry.
Shattered.
Yeah, but those are two screenshots.
Are
from,
you ready to
one of
rock
the
face
episodes.
rumble?
Yeah.
Good shot.
Love Rockface. But yeah, those are some season 3 bits, and then from Game Night, which will be out. I mean, I don't know when we're putting Game Night out. It was supposed to be this summer, but then complications, and yeah, that's all I'll say about that. But
That's completely fair enough.
I'm excited for when it happens, because I actually I got the idea while this was Christmas last year. I was playing board games with my extended family, and then I kind of on the way home I was listening to because it's an hour and a half drive back to my house, and so I was listening to kind of this 80s synthwave stuff, and I saw a telephone tower in the distance, and I'm like, wait a second, I have an idea. And then I got home, I built it in a few days, and it's been kind of sitting on Bedrock ever since.
Applejack's is just like, oh my god.
No,
Was
that
it
was a
busy?
reaction to no, that was a reaction to Sky Battle. Sorry.
Bro!
Wow. Wow.
Get up, Sky Battle!
Let's hope Solo Skirmish Mini doesn't happen. Applejacks will be out of here.
Applejacks,
Okay,
you are
well.
not leaving for a solo skirmish mini. Anyway, we're gonna go back to the questions, and I'm actually gonna say this one. I bet probably for the other CCU this could be a no, but I'll ask it anyway. Have you worked on any other events, or is this your first one? We'll start off with obviously CCU, as I've just said.
I assume.
Oh, have I worked
Now-
on any other events?
Are we talking event as in a different CCU, or are we talking different company or different?
We're talking about
Loop.
we can talk. Let's just say different project.
Oh,
I mean, not really. Most of my effort at the moment is staying alive in CCU, so
yeah. Pretty much since I started being on Discord, sort of was involved with what started CCU and stuff. I've been on an SMP or two, or I did some voice acting from some stuff that really wasn't anything a long time ago, but I don't really do very many other events. I'm a part of an SP now, so is Isaac, but that's pretty much it, really.
Fair, and that's actually completely fair. WMCT?
Prime.
I'm
Do you
sorry.
mean-
Wait.
Do you need me to say the question again?
Yeah. Restate the question.
Have you worked on any other events, or is this your first one? As in projects?
Oh. Okay. So
Do you want me
I'm
to
trying to
go
remember.
first if you want, and then you can. go
I'm trying to
afterwards.
remember if I did MCBC before or after.
Well, it's because you were. I mean, not to spoil the question, but Prime was a streamer before this, and so I think you'd played an MCBC beforehand.
Yeah, I guess I played in MCBC. I never played in a Java event though. I think the only event that I really got involved in was MCBC up until I started trying to do my own event. Trying to do WMCT. But yeah, I mean I don't think I've done any super insane projects prior to that. It was sort of as soon as I got involved in the event space with MCBC, I just sort of went off on my own, and then found Roman, and you already know the rest of the story. Before that, I just sort of streamed aimlessly. I don't think I did anything super interesting in terms of working on specific projects until after.
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff that I do now, but yeah, nothing before.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I beforehand I hadn't worked. WMCT was my first event.
Yeah.
And before that, I'd been with Hive Games and Lifeboat Network and kind of some various other shenanigans, but no other events. And then similarly to Prime, I also did some work. I do some work for MCBC, and those are my two. Otherwise, it's just my job at Lunar, but it's kind of
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's actually completely fair. I mean, do you want me to answer the question? Because I can. If you want me to answer the question, soon as I'm also an event host. So, I am actually working on 2 projects right now, as I'm hosting, obviously, my own event, which is called Owl's Cove. That one's being worked on currently, but it's currently on pause because we didn't have a server. We've recently got a server, so it's back on, but it's currently on pause because we're also working on another event, which is named Minecraft Platinum. We're helping out with like that entire project. We are currently recoding everything from scratch because we're moving from where we were originally, which was on the Pignet servers. We're moving off the Pignet servers. We're moving to our own ones, which Owl's Cove is also going to be hosted on. And basically, we didn't have any good servers or anything. Last MC Platinum kind of destroyed the server in the sense of it crashed.
Oh.
So we're currently recoding everything from scratch on the new server. If we can't get the files from Pignet owner, and yeah, we're just basically working on it from scratch. But it's going to be really, really cool. We're coming back even stronger than we did last time. And yeah, that's basically how I would answer that question. Obviously, I know Applejacks works on events and Quartz works on events as well, but they don't have to answer if they don't want to. That's up to them. I know you answered.
Wait, what was the question?
Have you worked on any other events, or is this your first one? So, obviously, for you, that would be Flatfest, and obviously for Quartz, that's an undisclosed project. I think you answered this last time, actually, Applejacks. I'll be perfectly real. I think you answered this last time.
I don't think I was answering my question, but yeah.
I think you did because last episode was Flap Festival.
Yeah, but I don't think you guys ever asked that question.
I think we did.
Would you like to answer it?
It's not. Oh, I mean, I can. Okay. Sure. I didn't know this was. I thought this was W. Okay. Whatever.
No,
Yeah, sure.
This is the co-host now answering it because reasons.
Oh, okay. Sure. So yeah, I used to do a lot of Bedrock Edition stuff a long time ago. I used to be in the Bedrock Edition community before I switched to Java. I was a part of. I was actually, Prime mentioned MCBC earlier. I was on the MCBC testing team. I at one point was a season 1 WMCT tester, and I also did a lot of stuff relating to BCC, which was another Bedrock event.
I forgot that you ever did. You just do like the big mega test before the event, or
I might have. I don't remember.
Okay.
It was a few times. I don't.
I also should note.
I barely tested. I
don't know if we mentioned this. WMCT changes every single one of its games every season. So we'll run a season for like a year, and then we go into hibernation, and then we come back with a set of like 8 new games or so. So it's never like
the event completely changes.
Yeah, no season 1 games are in season 2 except for Portal Tag, and that one's kind of like it's so different anyway that it's basically a different game with similar mechanics.
That's the same with us, except
I'm curious.
we have one event per year.
Yeah.
Maybe like 5 games, and then we make a lot of them. But we're hoping to try and start being in a way that we can reuse them. We've coded stuff in a way that it's much easier to rework them and not have to recode everything every year and focus more on the story element than recoding the entire event, you know?
Yeah. That makes complete sense.
I want to ask something quickly, if that's okay.
Yeah.
You say like you change the games like every season. So do you have? So I assume you have like. Do you ever have people like upset that games are just gone or?
I don't know if I'd say people are upset. People are confused as to why we do it. They're like, why would you not just keep the games? And I'm like, well, it's boring. You don't want to play the same games like for years and years and years and years and years. And the difference is that there are some, like I'll use MCPC as an example because they've had a lot of the same games for years, but the difference is they have more and they get voted. And there is no voting system. It's always the same selection of games. So people might get like, oh no, I don't want like Rockface gone or whatever, but it's like that's kind of that's the price of admission in a sense.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, obviously, every season there's a new story, or not new story, but a continuation.
Yeah, like picks up somewhere else, usually in a different state or country.
Shout out to Iceland. Oh no!
Shout out
Shout-
Iceland.
Shout out to Iceland.
Shout out Iceland.
Yeah, and then
I also sorry, I found some photos taken from building on Java. I just thought I would share those here. Give me a second.
Yep.
okay, while we're waiting. And then I was approached by Sparkor, and he was like, "You know event players? I don't. You're gonna help me." So now that's what I do.
What
Yeah.
do you use to build? Do you do this by hand, or like do you use like Axiom or anything?
A lot of it's Axiom, some of it's by
Yeah.
hand. It is Axiom's entirely compatible with the block mod, so we can use it with Bedrock blocks and stuff. I'd say sometimes I'll start with like a world painter base, but then
Yeah.
like go from there essentially. I think like maybe the 5th image, the one of the islands, I think that was probably world painter, and then from there I used Axiom for a lot of stuff. Still kind of figuring out that workflow, but yeah, there was, except for this stupid there's a spot at the end of Eruption. It's like a huge chamber. It's giant. It's probably one of the largest builds except for the boss world in the entire event. And I just didn't really think to build it on Java because I was like, I don't know how we're ending, and so I had to build that over the course of like 6 hours by hand on Bedrock. Well, Prime did make a world edit mod which helped out a little bit on Bedrock, but like it was not an Axiom situation. Like I could have done that in like an hour maybe on Java, but it took way longer than that on Bedrock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually completely fair.
I'm currently trying to find a photo because we sort of discovered Axiom this year, but it actually isn't compatible with one of the plugins we use. So we've been putting the world file into like a single player world and using Axiom and then putting it back.
Yeah.
But we used to build every mountain by hand, and every game was surrounded by a mountain.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
we used some world edit, but I'm trying to find a specific picture, but oh my gosh, it seems
I know
so
what
nice.
picture it is as well.
Oh no.
Yeah, like those
What
mountains.
one
I
do
mean,
you
those are
think
the
it
mountains
is?
for Clockwork is the 6th image, and so that was like a really. I think I did all of that on Axiom actually, but I'm not totally sure.
Oh,
Feel free to move on whilst I look for this picture, by the way.
Quartz, do you wanna? Have you worked on any projects, or is your undisclosed project the first one that you've worked on?
To be honest, it's the first one I've worked on. I was always kind of like curious and like how behind the scenes worked, and so I've always just wanted to kind of have something to host for people to play. When I play events, I feel like I'm way too critical of them to then not go do something myself.
Yeah, that's exactly what I feel like.
like I will very much like if I think there's a problem with a game or something, I will very much complain about it.
Yeah.
Which like not like an insane amount where it's like toxic or anything, but I'll definitely say something. But then so yeah, I think from there I kind of felt like I had to try something at least.
Yeah.
But I didn't know any coding or anything. All I knew a bit of like Blockbench and like resource, like how to put like kind of resource packs together on Java. So that's where I started off with, and now I'm a decent bit through. There's like there's at least branding for my thing now. And a few games that have been made, like
That's
fully
good.
playable and done.
That's good.
So I mean, yeah, I've always just been really interested in them ever since I found out about them. Because to be honest, other than the first event I played, which was Crown Quest Pantheon, I didn't. Before that, I didn't even realize there were any events other than MCC.
To be honest, neither did I. And then I found the other events. I'm like, oh, this is
Yeah,
actually cool.
See, the thing with me is when I started out with events, when I started out with Minecraft, I nearly almost instantly knew about events. Aside from that, because a lot of the friends I had on Bedrock Edition when I used to play that were a part of the Bedrock Edition event community. Like the first few people that I met were in the event community, so I almost instantly knew about events and stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd just never heard of any. I was very much in the SMP community beforehand.
Yeah.
I think I fit more in the event community. I don't have the patience for SMPs, I don't think. But I mean, they're fun if I don't have to make anything massive, because I just enjoy
Fair
talking to
enough.
people.
Massive. Keg.
Don't even.
So this question, I'm gonna have to reword a little bit because this is kind of worded in a way that was for last episode, so I'm gonna have to reword it a bit. But how do you take and manage feedback? So, for example, if people come to you and go, okay, stuff needs to be changed, this and this needs to be changed, how would you manage that? I'm gonna first
Can
go
I
with
start? Let's
CC.
go.
You can start.
Okay, so in the CCU public server, we have a channel called Feedback where people can write stuff and do stuff, and we have someone who every year, we are so grateful for them, will give us a full page of stuff and be like, oh, this kind of sucks, you could change this was unenjoyable, or I loved this bit, maybe you could change it like this. Like they get,
Oh,
That was
yeah,
Applejacks.
Phyllis Gamish.
Yep.
By the way, there's no.
He's just messaged me going, I've got to dip.
okay. But I mean, I personally, I find the feedback so useful. It's especially with quite a small dev team, and we don't have too many testers. Like we have some, but they often are people who are involved regardless.
Yeah.
Which means that we kind of, I don't know how to describe it. I guess I get a bit trapped in the sense of people are used to it. So when people play the actual event, they're people who have never done it before. So our testers have often played it once or twice before, which means they kind of already know what's supposed to happen. So it's very useful for after the event when we get feedback from people who have only played it for the first time, for us to learn and know what to do better. We could not have improved without the feedback that we get from people.
Yeah.
I don't know if Isaac wants to add on.
And Chris isn't joking, by the way. I'll send screenshots of this person's feedback.
Oh, we love
It
them.
is. That's only part of their messages, by the way. But we are very grateful. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Emerald's Ace. We love you here.
I did see Emerald
but no.
Ace's video on data collection. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this person is very
That was
like.
their first... Mhm.
I was like, Emerald Ace is very much wants to learn and help out with the event as much as possible.
They have been very vocal in the past on how much they hated data collection. And
We did
when
too,
we
it's
did the
okay.
beta test earlier on this year, oh no, it was late last year.
Yeah.
It was the first time they ever enjoyed data collection. So
Me too.
we won that. You too? Okay, yeah, that makes sense actually.
I did tell you this.
Look, I don't think anyone enjoyed data collection before we changed it.
So just a quick explanation. I won't go too far into it, but data collection as I said before, was originally just race for the wool, and then it turned into collect data and bring it back. So yeah, the two winning teams go on their own lanes, and everyone else who has lost work together to try and stop them from getting to the threshold of points. And in previous years, we've like tried to sort of make a mini version of the event. Like last time we did Undertale, and
Yes.
we had each section of Undertale on a lane. And I mean, that's still pretty much what we do now, but it's like it was too long. The game took too long. Emerald has never been able to stay for an entire CCU because of how long, not specifically data collection takes, but the whole thing.
Data collection used to be an hour long.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
It has now been cut down to 36 minutes,
Yes.
which
How
is
many-
somehow
And it is always 36 minutes.
We have 4 games in this CCU, and we've timed it so the event is around 2 hours long.
Okay. That's awesome. I'm glad you got that under control.
But yeah, oh my god. Well, it was originally an hour long because that's how long Race for the Wool is.
Yeah.
And I had a phase where I loved Race for the Wool, and then everyone was like, "Hey, bestie, this ain't it, chief."
It made
And
sense
first-
when it was the only game, but when it was the
Yes.
last of 5 games, it was a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
And
Then we cut down to
And-
45 minutes.
we haven't done it this year, but we've had quite a big issue of we would get burnt out at the end of CCU, and data collection we'd always do last, which we haven't. We did data collection first. We'd always do last, and it would end up I don't know how to code it, so it would mean that either Isaac or Grav would just have to do it themselves, and it was like this huge thing. But now it's still big, but it's so much more streamlined, it's so much better, so much more reusable. It's just, yeah, I'm very proud of it.
You're proud of it? I'm the one who coded it.
I'm proud of you, dude.
I'm proud of you too.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. The CCU for this this data collection that's been made is my favorite game. I love data collection. It's
We have 20 towers that are going to be unused in this CCU.
oh my god.
Yeah, we built 20, and then we built 5 for the actual event.
You should probably reuse those. I'll be perfectly real. You should probably
We will.
reuse those.
We will. We've got plans.
Plans.
Anyways, we've devolved this conversation so long.
I'm gonna
I
have
don't know
to.
what the original conversation was. I'm so
It
sorry.
was how do you plan to manage feedback?
Oh, that makes sense.
I
then.
found
That's
the
how we got
image.
data
It's
collection.
terrible, but I found it.
Like 20 minutes ago.
Listen, I've been looking. Hold on,
Are you
I'm
going to send it or are you just going to...
No, I'm downloading it because it wasn't even in my camera roll anymore.
Are you gonna send it?
While
No, it's
whilst
me.
we're waiting for
Just me.
whilst we're waiting for that to send WMCT, how do you plan to? How did you?
Oh no,
how
that's
do you
Isaac.
manage feedback?
So, I mean, we very aggressively.
We get a lot.
We get a lot of feedback, and usually what we do is there's like 2 types of ways I like to envision it personally. There's like, oh, this is just not working how it's supposed to, and oh, this probably could be done better.
Or- Well,
Or well,
I-
that's just how I envision it. How do you?
I was gonna
categorize it?
preface it by saying that like sometimes you have to keep in mind that like people
mind
are
it.
still in this state of like the event, and it might be a skill issue. We've had some people come to us very aggressively like, this game sucks, like this is terrible, like this you should have never made this, like why did you even think this was a good idea? I'm
What?
like, okay, and then like it's like whatever, and then I'll follow up with them like a little bit later. This happened with Eruption specifically. I'll follow up with them a little bit later, like, hey, I know you weren't a fan of this game, like what could we have done better? And I fully received. Hang on, let me see if I can find the exact message. Give me a second.
Yeah, we've gotten the type of a lot of the times.
I found it. Sorry.
Okay, oh, you found it. You found it. You found it. Okay. Go
Quote,
for it.
I'm so sorry for crashing out. This was a skill issue. The game is fine.
Oh,
And
So yeah.
yeah, like you have to kind of remember that some people are very much in that like competitive space when they're giving feedback. So you really have to like moderate like, okay, well, when is this like valuable feedback and when is this just somebody, upset that they didn't do as well as they might have planned, which is fair. Like, you have a right to be mad at yourself, and like you don't need to justify your emotions, but sometimes when receiving feedback, I'm like, I'm just gonna let them cool off for a little bit and then I'll circle back around on this, because like they didn't mean it, and
Yeah,
sometimes
on
they do
that,
mean it and
yeah.
sometimes they don't. You want to talk about Clockwork, Prime?
Well, yeah, I guess just on that note, yeah, you don't want to like immediately, even as a developer, and I found this with not just like Minecraft events, just with me when I'm making anything in programming, a lot of the time when you're getting feedback, you don't want to just immediately go and be like, I need feedback on this now. Yeah, I like to give it a day, let it simmer, let people really experience it, and then see what kind of feedback that I have.
Yeah.
I feel like
Because
it's
we've gotten
healthier.
a few like kind of weird, kind of conflicting suggestions. There was a semi-recent event where a piece of feedback we got was like essentially, oh, the point gap for this game is too wide, and then another one was like, oh, the point gap shouldn't have been that wide on a different game. I was sort of like, huh, okay. I mean, I'm gonna look into this, and I found out that the point gap on the game that was wide was one that team did really poorly in, and the one where the point gap was not that large was one that they did very well in. And so I just had to be like, is it really an issue with the point gap, or was it like you wish you could have done better in this specific game? And we chatted a little bit, and it was like, okay, it might not have been that big of an issue.
I think it depends on the game.
Yeah.
I think there
It
are
does
some
depend on
games
the
that
game
are
for
like
sure.
that.
We need to
But-
fix the horse, but
Yeah, generally speaking, the way I approach feedback from like if we're actually going to change something is, well, for one, I again, I like to let it stay there intentionally for a little bit, and then if I get more feedback of the same variety, then I'll go and be like, okay, well, maybe we can explore some changes. A lot of the time, we'll we will end up doing something similar to how like MCC or a lot of events does it, where you'll be like, oh, here's an update video of like, oh, we changed like this, and this, and oftentimes you'll see the same game receive the same type of change until we get something that everybody's sort of like, okay, this is good. It's not great and it's not bad, but it's at least at a place where it's not gonna piss people off.
Right. And also, like,
I think
there's some games where people just genuinely don't read, and it's it's whatever. Like, there's nothing we can do if people don't really look into how the game works, because I mean, Clockwork is the notorious example of that. There's just a game that's probably one of the more complex ones, and it's very we ran an event yesterday, and there were teams that clearly did not read the
they would
instructions
ask
before
every
playing,
other
and then a
game
team that was also really new who did fantastic, and I think they won. So it's sort of emblematic to me of like, if you read the instructions, you'll do fine.
Yeah.
It's like, assembling a piece of IKEA furniture. If you don't read it, you're not gonna do well.
And it's like, it's not even a matter of auto reviewing or anything like that. It's like in game, very similar to MCC. In fact, I'll even go as far as to say it's inspired. There is a 15-second title screen that'll explain how the game works and how to earn points.
Yeah.
So
And by title, we mean like it displays like a graphic that displays like the central information about the game. So
that's actually a cool
Yeah, we're a
mechanical
little off
feature.
topic.
Yeah,
at
that's
this
really
point,
cool.
Yeah.
But
But-
yeah, it's something. I just
I think we've changed Clockwork's respawn mechanic four
like 8 times. I mean, it's not 8, but it feels like
It's
been
like
8
4 to
times.
5.
Everyone has something to say about it.
The
but
most recent one, people are like, finally
People
are
like
like,
it.
okay, this is
people like
good.
it finally.
Fourth
But-
time's the charm, I guess.
And also, because we change the games at every single season, like a lot of the feedback we get is sort of like, we understand this and we kind of agree, and if we do a game like this in the future, we will make this change, but it might not be the most important thing to do for now.
Yeah.
If it's minor, we'll change it in that season. But if it's major, yeah, we'll be like, all right, season 3, 4 docket,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Quads, would you like to ask the final question?
Hold on.
Actually, I have a question for them that I don't know when it would be a good time to ask.
You
them.
can
I'm
ask it
curious.
now. Go for it. You can ask it
Okay. What is the story of your event, CCU? I'm not familiar with what the plot is. I'm curious.
now.
Maybe
No,
can I activate
no.
a live grenade?
I think so.
I'm gonna
Yes.
Isaac go first, and I'm gonna try my best Not to spoil anything. Yep.
So, what perspective am I going to tell this from? Right. You are uni researchers. You are university students who have taken interest in a certain government program that allows you to earn a little bit of extra cash. Well, just, being a part of an experiment. When you get there, you realize, however, it's a lot more than just an experiment. You are tasked with entering an alternate dimension called the Mindscape, which, can't say much about it, but legend says that it takes you to alternate dimensions. You will be joined by your manager, Alexander Wells, your other manager, Michael Dinn, and your two security experts, Elliot and Declan. Now, things are gonna go well, as we all know, as they all do in these types of projects.
Yeah, of course.
But if they don't, just don't be fooled by his masquerade.
Yeah.
I'm sure you want to say things, don't you, Chris?
You've said it in such a cryptic way. I'm like, I can't say anything, otherwise it's gonna spoil it.
I said it in the most basic way to, because it's quite complicated.
Yeah, it's quite complicated.
So, pretty much, as the player, your in-law goal is to go into the portal and connect that portal to the other portal. And seems very simple, but there may be a little guy who doesn't particularly want you to do that. So that's pretty much how it works.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to explain CCU without spoiling the entirety of CCU 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, very hard.
You know what? After CCU 6, we can explain a bit more.
Because CCU 6 is kind of a return to form, if you will. It's basically just giving everyone the basic premise while also introducing the main players, such as Alexander, Michael, Elliot, and Declan, and
the other person.
The other person.
That's what we're gonna say. The other person.
Yes,
Yeah.
the other person. But if you listen to the soundtrack, you probably know who that other person is.
Go listen to the soundtrack.
But no, there's a lot more to the story that you can discover through the investigation and also through our lovely After Hours segment, which is a 9-hour-long fake radio show.
No, it's longer than
That it's longer than that this time.
Oh.
Really?
I think
Oh,
so.
I thought it was 9 hours. Might be. Is it 11 hours then?
I think it's 11.
Yeah, so 11-hour-long fake radio show that me, Chris, and another dev team member have pre-recorded. Well, we haven't yet, but we're getting there.
I've
We
written,
haven't recorded it yet.
I've
Well,
written
we've
section
recorded
4
the
out
first
of 5, and we've recorded section 1.
And all of that is accompanied by lo-fi remixes of all the CCU songs, including some of my other songs that aren't directly CCU related. And that's not even talking about the ERG, but I'm not allowed to talk about that yet.
Do you guys have a Discord server that I can join? I want to find out about this.
Sure, I can. Wait, what's
And
let me grab the
I
link.
guess I'll ask the question back to you. What's the law? How does it work? What's the vibes, you know?
Yes,
made
give me
it.
1 second. I'm gonna find this.
Like, you made a podcast.
The answer is
about
yes,
yourself.
it works.
The answer is yes. It works. That's all you get.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so funny enough, it also involves portals.
Oh.
Season 1 involved sort of, the one thing that connected, because this was the story that we added in afterwards, was the story of this company, WMCT, which is not to be confused with us, WMCT, located in Jameson, Utah, and they were sort of connecting this experiment. Well, okay. I don't really know where like a good jumping off point is. The laboratory is headed by 3 different leaders, Dr. X, Y, and Z, which was initially a joke, but I did eventually have to give them names. I reap what I sow. And so Dr. Y is Dr. Sarah Young. She was the head of the robotics division. And one thing to know about her is that she's very sort of insecure and takes this out on others by being very condescending and rude. Sort of feels unqualified for her position deep down, but expresses it as like, I'm so much better than all of you. And so she took over the lead of the robotics division and decided to fire all of the other robotics staff because she thought that she could take on the whole workload herself. And before leaving for a trip to Iceland, she unplugged a unit in the basement that was sort of taking up some space. And that unit was a computer program she had developed for like a simple front desk robot. It was just she didn't like the front desk robot or the front desk person for whatever reason, and so she fired her. And then it was like, I'm just gonna replace you with a robot. I guess AI foreshadowing there. And so she does this. She makes a computer program, but since it's her, it sort of infuses a little bit. It's like, you know, it's rude. It doesn't answer questions correctly, and nobody else likes it, so she scraps it. And the actual kind of program that runs on that is stored in the basement. She goes down there. She's also working on a different device called the brain activity interpreter, which theoretically could like, oh, it channels thoughts into computers. But she hasn't found the correct like electronic frequency to do that. And then she goes and doesn't turn off the power and sort of unscrews the wrong thing and gets herself zapped into this machine. Kind of, you know, it kills Sarah Young, the woman, but it preserves her thoughts and her consciousness. And then Dr. Z is like, hey, wait a second, I could do something with this. I could like, you know, I see profit here. So they staged an experiment where they just kind of let it go haywire, and that's how we explain the season 1 games. Is it's like, oh, it's just this program doing whatever it wants. The end, everything blows up. Sarah's dead. Everyone is dead. Actually, there's like a newspaper running the obituary. The whole thing about the winners of season 1 is that they're the only bodies that could be identified at the scene.
Oh.
And yeah, so I mean that changes every single event. But then season 2, we went in with an actual story. It's about a year later from the events of the first season. They've moved to Missouri. An employee from the first season has been promoted to CEO. It's actually turned into quite a successful company. The thing you should know about the company WMCT is that it's not like shady or kind of like secretive. They're just really incompetent. They don't know what they're doing at any point in this. So they're really good at making really stupid decisions. They've moved over there. They've hired this guy, and he's ordered 110 pounds of like radium to do another portal tag because we brought that game back from season 1. He messes it up. It opens some crazy, like it basically rips a hole in the fabric of the universe, and it lets in this evil horse.
Sorry.
So yeah, no, it's not even a bit. It's name is a
I love
It's a
that
really
so
evil
much.
horse. And so your whole point is you have to go to the leaders of these different kingdoms around the universe and they're like, okay, well, you fucked up, but whatever. Like we'll fix this for you if you just do some favors for me, and then we'll go and like banish the Harbinger to the Forgotten Places. And you know, it doesn't quite work. They get possessed over the course of the event, and then you encounter them again in the final boss fight where you meet the horse, and then you defeat him and you save the day. And yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of cut stuff, but for the most part, this was kind of a success as opposed to everyone literally exploding in season 1. Like you get the scores when you're like in heaven, basically. Well, not heaven, but like a white void implying afterlife, and then you go back to spawn. That's like Cliff Notes version. There's a bunch of emails on the website which convey the events between seasons 1 and 2. I think we at one point planned to make a lore video, but that never really came to fruition. But I think the script exists, and season 3, WMCT is still a very successful company, having invented actual portal technology. They're opening a facility in Iceland, and we'll have to see what happens there. So yeah, that's the story of this event.
I have 2 things to say. The only thing I can think of is the Family Guy meme where they go, "Peter, the horse is here."
Oh, I can wait. I can
Peter.
know it.
Peter, the horse is here.
Peter, the horse is here.
Oh my god!
God.
That's actually really good.
Oh my
That
god!
was me. That was me.
Peter.
Oh my god. What the hell?
Like,
Actually,
second
really
thing-
good.
Because
What?
then Peter be like, hey, Lois, I love the horse, Lois. And then Joe comes
I'm
and he
gonna
says,
be
hey,
completely
Peter,
honest.
what's happening over here, Peter?
WMCT sounds like it sounds like we both teams got given the same prompt, but we
Right?
ran,
It was
like,
you were like
genuinely-
portals, experiments, like dimensions. I was like, wait a
Like-
second.
like the stuff you're saying. It sounds like it's not real. It just sounds like we have the same kind of prompts for everything.
Yeah, like alternate universe version of this. I think yeah, season 3 will be a little bit different, but I mean people kept comparing it to Portal, which is really funny because I've never played Portal, and so I'd be like explaining the
Wasn't
because
Portal the inspiration for?
no,
the last
I've
project?
never. Oh, for
Sorry.
CCU.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure
that's a
Portal
question
was-
towards me. Hi. Yes. Yes.
Portal heavily
yes.
inspired the design of the government facility place.
Yeah.
Got it. Because I'd never played Portal, and people kept being like, "Oh, so it's like Portal," and it'd be like, "No, you don't understand. There's like a human inside this computer," and they're like,
Yes.
Yes,
"So it's
it's
like
like
Portal." And
Portal.
I'd be like, damn it!
So GLaDOS.
They'd be
GLaDOS.
like, well, because the
Where's
boss,
the cake?
the boss of season 1 was this. I mean,
The cake is a lie.
turned into this computer. She turned into this like kind of entity called Anna. The artificial neural network assistant, and so people were like, "Oh, this is like GLaDOS," and she has her own like there's an Anna dating simulator too because a competitor got
Oh
a
my
crush
God.
on her.
What?
Um, yeah, no, it's kind of a whole
No.
thing.
So as a bit within like a span of like 2 days.
Also,
we
wait, sorry, the competitor
built
was
that.
Slater, like the owner of MCBC. I just want to put this out there.
Yeah, we coded. You know, like Doki Doki Literature Club. We used RenPy,
Oh,
which is and
Oh my
literally
God, I
literally
did that.
crafted and published the entire game with like little Easter eggs.
I am like I don't know if I'm gonna finish it, but I am literally in the process of making a visual novel. It's not a dating sim, but a visual novel for CCU. We are like, this is crazy. Everything you say seems to be some sort of like
Yeah, it's like a weird
alternate
like
version
mirror
of that.
reflection.
yeah.
Actually, where's the? I have
That's
2 Anna
wild.
lines, but they're bits. Hang on.
Can I just?
Chat, is this real? What the Sigma?
Those are the 2.
Wow.
Can I?
Chat,
Yeah,
is
you
this
don't have
real?
sound words on.
Can I just say something
yeah, okay.
quickly?
Yeah,
I
what's
would
up?
laugh so much if I saw a CCU x WMCT at some point. I would laugh.
WMCCUMCT.
Yes, but
My
like a
brain
Java
needs several
background
minutes
crossover.
to process
figure
that.
out what that brain meant. I mean, you're gonna have to give me a break after this CCU because we are doing a collaboration with an SMP at the moment.
Yeah,
But,
they are.
Hats on the table? No. Cards are all no. Hang on. What's the right turn of phrase? Someone hit me with a brick here.
Sorry, what were you trying to say?
I don't know. I don't know.
Base.
Like, what was the concept?
The deals on the table? No, deals on.
The offers
Hang
on the
on.
table?
There you go.
That's it.
Okay. Sorry, I was like listening to something.
Sorry, for the last 5 minutes, the only thing I've been thinking of is when we're going to introduce an evil armadillo to CCU. I remembered, oh wait, I've already done that. I got to think of a different animal.
Mm-hmm.
Quartz, do you
We haven't
wanna?
got to the last question yet. I just
No,
wanted
we
to-
haven't.
No, we
Quartz, do you
haven't.
wanna go on to the last question?
So I'm gonna hope it's this one, because how did you meet your team, like builders and coders and anything else you have?
Oh wow. Okay, for CCU, it's mostly through me. I think I'm not completely sure. I know how I met
Hang on.
Isaac.
Chris,
But I'll let-
before you answer, can we make a little game out of this? Let's see how many I correctly remember, because I can
Okay.
guarantee it will be 0. Let's see. I met Chris when Chris was invited to the Sliver Strings, which was an SMP I hosted like 4 years ago now.
Yep.
I met Keys when they applied for Shards of Memories, which was
The SMP afterwards.
no, it was the SMP afterwards twice.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
I met Grav after he ghosted me twice after I invited him to join CCU 2
Two?
and 3.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he then was in CCU 4 with me.
I invited Grav to CCU 1 and 2, completely ghosted me. Joined 3, and he told me recently that it's because he thought I got hacked. Who else? I met Max because I joined a game of Goose Goose Duck hosted by Renee, and we became married and then instantly divorced.
I'm sorry,
It's a
what?
ongoing conversation about the kids and the child support.
He took the children, and I'm still having a go at him a year later. Who else? Miles was introduced by Keys to voice Alexander Wells, and the rest is history. Oni applied.
Honestly.
Yes, pretty much. Oni applied for Shards of Memories and got accepted using a massive airship build, which I'm pretty sure is the same airship build that is like currently the center of the Corion SMP story.
Which is the SMP we're collaborating with right now.
Yes. Who else is on the dev team? I gotta remember. Who have I forgotten? I apologize to all my
I brought
dev team
D
members.
with me. I met
D
was
got
like
kidnapped.
D was like my first sort of friend I met on Discord. We did some voice acting. I got invited to Silver Strings, whatever typo, whatever. And I sort of brought them with me, which I do a lot. I just sort of drag them places.
And the rest of the dev team members, I don't think I'm legally allowed to say where I met them.
I mean,
that's really ominous, but I don't think I am.
Am I? I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about my involvement.
I mean, you've just mentioned that you're involved, so why not?
So I can say exactly how I got involved with it. So I actually applied to be a voice actor. That So I was originally a voice I was going to be a voice actor for them, and then from there I just decided to help out with it, and the rest is history, really.
You know, beta tester.
Yep.
Yeah.
They still chaos.
Still haven't recorded your lines anyway.
I'll do that. I've been really busy with Owl's Cove and my two projects.
It's not even finished, don't worry.
Oh, we're joking. Don't worry.
Yeah,
record them right now, live on this live stream.
Yeah, spoil the entire ARG.
Now.
Yeah, do it. Right, I'll okay. I'll get the recording software up. You get the I'll start directing you.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, pure chaos, explosions, and me dragging D along everywhere. That's the answer.
Fair.
They aren't joking on the explosions.
Okay, well, WMCT?
What was the question?
Yes,
Sorry, I want to make sure I know exactly what it was.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. We're laughing because
I remember the answers. I just wasn't sure what the question was.
You're good. Yeah, it was just how did you meet your team, like stealth team, basically.
Oh, hang on. Let me look at the list of people. Okay, Crazy Guy. Prime, you met Crazy Guy through I think a server or something.
I remember everybody. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me go through
their
the
name
list.
and their position, and then yeah.
Okay, Crazy Guy is a developer, and I met Crazy Guy back when Plushy33 was doing their own Minecraft Bedrock event. I think it was like a little bit before I joined MCBC's roster is when I met him, and then he learned about what we were doing and then joined us a bit later. There's Trainer Geo, also a developer. He mainly handles, or no, sorry, they mainly handle the. Okay, I'm gonna say community events.
Well, also
because
sorry, like Geo was QA until very recently as well.
Geo was QA until very recently, and they decided they wanted to do
Can I ask what
like
QA
more
means?
programming.
A quality assurance. It's like the testers, basically.
Oh, okay, yeah.
People who we can do like individual stuff with and whatnot.
Yeah, they basically like the testers would test like a more finished product, and the QA would be like, okay, so does this stick actually punch people?
If the QA sees the event in like, sorry, if the tester sees the event wearing like an overcoat and a tuxedo, QA sees it in its underwear. Essentially, is how I would describe it. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then we got the lovely Bears canceled. Primarily emotional support, but has helped with a little bit of building.
Built like
That's so
like
real.
2 things in season 2, so they're there. But
We have a
Where'd you
we have
meet Bear?
Melody Died, our testing manager.
we met Bear. I don't know. I met Bear through like somebody else. I met Bear through a mutual friend, and she's one of my best friends now. But
I met Bear after randomly popping into our live stream.
okay, Melody,
Melody, I think, was just in the community.
like around.
They just kind of existed, you know.
Yeah, she is. She's a testing manager now, but was initially a tester and then went to QA, and then kind of does those things now. But yeah, also just was kind of in like within the Hive people. What about the Duck, Ion?
The following are all QA. There's Ion F3, Z Serta, and Decombos, all of which I also met. They were originally all because of you already know how WMCD came to be. All of them were viewers of mine, basically.
Oh.
Well, Ion was kind of dragged in late. I don't know.
Ion was dragged in later, but
is.
Ion watched me. Ion watched me back when I was a Hive staff.
Yeah, that's true. Serta at one point was also helper. Ion was also helper.
I think most of us were staff on the Hive.
Crazy Guy wasn't. Geo wasn't. Melody wasn't. Bear wasn't. So I think that's enough to say.
Oh, you're like half? Like half?
Eh. Well, the combos wasn't either.
Now. Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like 5 of us, which is a lot.
Yeah. But that's the team, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's where we met them all.
Awesome. I mean,
I don't think we have any more questions unless you can think of any quotes.
I do have one question.
Go on.
When you were, let's say, first developing your event, was there anything that was like way harder or took way longer than you thought it would?
Cutscenes. So we code cutscenes into our thing. It's the main thing that I love doing. Because as I said before, we're voice actors. I love doing sound engineering and stuff. And so we, pretty much our event is voice acted, cambered, subtitled cutscenes, cutscene game, so on. But the thing with doing the subtitles is we have like a scoreboard that adds up every tick, and we have to time the subtitles to appear at certain ticks. So it's like we have to listen to the sound file, find out when someone starts talking, times that by 20, and then put it into the command or the data pack now. But that takes a very, very long time. And it's like almost 100% worth it, but it's very tedious. But the final product is great. So, yeah.
I'd also like to add, cutscenes take forever, but it wasn't really unexpected that it would take so long. The thing that took so long for me to code into CCU was Daryl.
Oh my god.
So in 2 of the games, Slappy Salmons and Data Collection, we have a little guy called Daryl who's on the side of our logo. Yeah, and he shows up on the screen and he makes the players float. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I spent a good, I think, 4 hours trying to fix him. And when I first programmed him into the game, it took me like a few days because I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah,
and...
so...
Oh my god.
Like, the first time it was coded in, it took a couple days. When we got to this CCU and our kind of revision of all the games and how CCU as a whole works, it I don't know how long it took then, but then it broke so that the sound effect that happens when it plays, which is just, it says something like "Daryl makes you fly," it would just play every tick, so it was just like a scream for an indefinite amount of time. And then after hours of fixing that, and I say fixing it, but Isaac was the one fixing it, we then had to try and put it into Slappy Salmon's, which then took its own 4 hours, and I broke the main data pack in the meantime.
While I was fixing this, by the way, Chris was standing on a tower trying to shoot a button.
Oh my god, I am finding
saw
that
that.
clip. We have to show people.
So I know we're getting sidetracked here, but in data collection we have a developer room, which is just filled with a bunch of things to help us test data collection and make sure it runs smoothly. And there is a button right at the top of the dev room that adds the nearest person to the dev team. And Chris and Max were convinced that you could shoot it. And while I was fixing Daryl, Chris and Max shot the button.
I shot the button.
Yeah, Chris shot the button. And you can see the very helpful diagram that I drew to show you how insane that shot was.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's enough of that. Daryl is my answer. Final answer. Do I win $1 million now?
You win nothing.
No!
Anyway, WMCT. You need a reminder of the question, or?
It was, what was the most difficult to implement?
Or it took like longer than you expected.
Yeah, I think when we were first starting out, if something took longer, because we used to have like more, we used to have builders, we used to have more of them, and then like they didn't actually do any building, so we just got rid of them.
Real.
There were a few games that were supposed to maybe make it in, but just ultimately didn't for whatever reason, probably because they took too long to do, so we just kind of did the simplest one. Although I will mention something that was a huge setback. Also, yeah, I think Prime hates doing any any cutscene dialogue on the voice acted bits too. I think that's annoying, but the script exists, so essentially there was this thing that happened last summer when we were developing season 2. We were developing it through a server software called BDSX, which essentially made it so that we could do some very elaborate programming things. And that ran off of a debug file, which it's kind of weird that it was public, but it was public. And then Mojang was like, actually, we're going to make this not public. So it essentially broke the server software into development of season 2. We were already a good way in, and it also bricked season 1. So we had to call it early on season 1. We held one last event, and then that was it. And then after that event, we announced that it was the end. So we had to essentially restart development on season 2, and then just kind of scrap season 1 for the rest of the year. And we were pretty silent during the latter half of 2024, right? Yes. But otherwise, it was, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like any big challenges. I mean, it's when it's just me and Prime on the team making things, it can just be a little bit like, all right, we have to wait for this. Like, I need to finish this build in order for us to continue, or like Prime needs to finish this game for us to continue, or like, oh, we need this model, but I'm also working on something else. So we just kind of get hung up on little things like that. But I can't think of any like crazy extreme examples or anything.
Yeah, I think with now that there's like, I think there's 3 of us who do coding. Sort of like there's Isaac does most of the game coding, I do most of the cutscenes, Scrav does sort of certain games and stuff. But the issue is there's no like public, I mean, we don't want that to be, but there's no sort of easy way for us to all access the same document at the same time. There's a lot of passing it back and forth and not being able to work on it when the other person's working on it. And we've had multiple issues of me accidentally forgetting to open the new one and continuing to edit the old one and then having to copy stuff over. But that's definitely been, it's not a huge setback, but it's something.
And also you have an issue with sending it back to me, where sometimes I'll find it like 4 folders deep in the zip file for some reason.
I don't know. I can't help it.
Wait, which document are you sending back and forth?
So like
the data pack.
Yeah.
Oh, just use GitHub. All of our stuff is just run off of there and stuff.
That is such a good idea.
Why don't you use that?
Dude, if we use GitHub, the whole Lime problem wouldn't have been an issue. I
the
wrote
biggest
the
insight,
entire
you know-
data
Even
pack for an
us,
hour because
I'm
I
gonna be
wrote the word
perfect. I'm gonna be
lion
perfectly
instead of
honest.
green.
We're gonna be using that to move over everything from MT Platinum. Why are you not using it?
I didn't know it was a thing.
I mean, you can
And you
use it
gotta
in
make
very
them
like there's a very
try.
simple way, which is basically just like anytime that I push something, Prime, I'm just like I'm pushing, and Prime is like okay, and then like because we just do such different things, like the only thing that really matters is if the world file itself has changed. But
Yeah.
if I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna do a bunch of like assets or like music pushes or whatever, then I'll be like, all right, I won't mess with any of that, and then he'll do like development stuff like on the behavior side. So that's a different can of worms.
Okay.
See.
Does anyone have any more questions, or shall we just
Also,
end?
Prime, you're muted. I don't know if you
Everyone
know
muted.
this, Prime. You have been muted. Hello.
Wow, sorry. Someone
Okay. I
came to
figured as
talk to
much.
me, and I
You're good.
muted because I didn't want to. Anyway. Yeah.
Do you have anything to add to that?
God, I was talking, and now I forgot what I was
I
saying.
kind of this happens sometimes. It's all.
Oh yeah,
it's all good.
I remember. Okay, yeah, what I had commented about. I remember messaging you and be like, Roman, we're moving the GitHub. Trust me, it's a great idea. And you were like, oh, I don't know.
I was like,
we're
alright.
moving to GitHub.
Okay. And then
And then
it
I-
worked wonderfully.
Again,
That's all.
is there any more questions, or shall we just end?
How is everyone feeling?
I had a very long weekend, so I'm very tired, but I'm good
I'm
otherwise.
hoping I did good enough as a co-host currently.
You are doing.
I have a question.
Go for it, Chris.
It's also a question because I don't know the answer for my own team. Why does the logo look like it does? Yep.
Which one?
Yes. But WMCT, what
Yes.
why logo? Yes.
I think it started off as something a little bit more in depth. Well, because the reason why is because originally in Portal Tag, like the first one that we ever made, the colors of the portals were red, green, blue, and yellow. I said those in a weird order, but you get what I'm saying. And so like, oh, it's just, the logo was gonna be those same colors, but it was like kind of a 3D model at like kind of a weird angle, and then we really simplified it a lot for season 2. And then we have an additional little logo mark that we're using for season 3 as well, which has been in some stuff, but it's not like everywhere yet.
Mhm.
But we definitely did like a branding overhaul from season to season.
Nice.
Nice. Any more questions, or is that it?
I
Does
think.
Isaac have an answer?
Oh,
Yeah, Isaac.
yeah. Which one, Chris? You know for a fact we have several different logos.
Well, I made 2 of them, so the ones that I didn't make. I don't know.
Are we talking about the Connection Conundrum logo, or are we talking about the Shame Inc. logo?
Both of them.
Okay, well, let's start off with my pride and joy.
I need to see what these look like, by the way.
Yeah, you have to send him over.
Yeah, that's why I'm stalling. Because I gotta find it in my absolute mess of files.
I think I have one. I think I might have the Shame Inc. one, maybe. I can have a look.
No.
So, oh my god, where is it in my files? Hello? Hang on, 1 second. It should be
Whilst
right
you're
there.
waiting,
I have the
Event-
Connection
event
Conundrum one.
talk.
I have the Connection Conundrum one.
So, I got it. I'm sending it now. Give it a minute. My internet's horrible. So this is the Connection Conundrum one. As you can see, Daryl's on the
Daryl.
right there. We love Daryl. It very much is the tops of the Connection's supposed to be the mindscape. The Conundrum is supposed to be. I don't really know how to explain this. It's a bunch of TVs. It's the best way I can explain it, really. I had an idea when I sent it off to be
Oh
commissioned.
yeah, all the
but,
symbols are like the teams. There's 8 teams of 3.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Are they the old? No, they're not. Okay, they are the new ones. Okay, I was a bit
No, they're
sick.
not. Some of them are old.
And then we have the Shame logo, which technically hasn't publicly been revealed yet, but you know.
Ooh.
This is the Shame logo.
Ooh.
But I can't really talk much about that because that's very law reasons. So
Yeah, law. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
should we go through the other logos? No.
Okay.
The other like 50 logos we have in this project.
That's
Well,
up
we
to
have
you.
like, I mean, there's a handful that
Oh.
I've made. Like, I made one that was like, it's in the Undertale font and it says CCU. That's the one we use for the dev team. server.
Mhm.
The one that we use for the Shame Incorporated public server, I made that on like Canva or something, so we can't properly use it. But it's like, I'll send the server home. But they're all just sciencey or themed based on
Yeah.
what we had. You know, the whatever the theme of the event was. Yeah.
Yeah. What's that?
There you go. That's the Shaming logo.
Whoa, that's actually really cool.
I
Yeah.
don't like it for the sheer fact that I can't own the copyright for it. So,
I can redraw it in, like, I can actually just draw it, but
that's
like,
why I made the other one that
yeah.
Yeah.
was like.
This is a
own
public
the
one, right?
copyright
It's
for
not like a dev one that you're gonna yell at me if I join.
No, this
Okay.
no,
No,
this
no,
No,
doesn't-
that's the
no, no,
public
no.
one. That's the public one.
Fine. I'd kill Chris if they sent the dev team server. We have a lot of secrets in
Dev
there.
team stuff, that'd be really funny.
Yeah. Let me just show all of our secrets.
Nix, where did your logo come from?
So for the Owl's Cove logo, I kind of just used Blockbench on like the Minecraft skin, not skin, the Minecraft text stuff, and I was just like, okay, so let me make this, let me try and make something that is really like cool, and then I couldn't really make it cool, so I was just like, that's good enough for now. For my other projects that I've got, I'm gonna say my other projects because they're both Minecraft related, so it's fine. Light Your Way doesn't actually have a logo right now, but it's basic for that. It's a fundraiser anyway, so I'm gonna work on that like extremely hard over the next few months. And then you've also got the Cancer Research Game Night one. That one was made by Suitfella. And basically, it's literally just a picture of us three and the Cancer Research UK logo. That he just quickly made it and was like, "Yeah, that's good enough."
Can I send something from my thing in the?
Go for
in
it.
the-
Go for it.
I just feel like everybody should see the fella. I think you guys
Oh my god! I'm not.
should see the
I have
icon
to
of
draw
my
him.
my.
I don't know if I can show
I
that on.
love-
I'm not gonna show that on stream, but that is adorable.
You can. If
I
you
love
want to, you
him.
can show it on stream. It's fine.
This is like that game changer prompt where they said Sam says don't look at it. You're being mean to
This little
Twitch.
pig with the
to
hat.
Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, the little Henry.
That's
Oh.
Sam says, "Good shit, don't look at it."
like icon of mine and my best friend's project. He's called the Giggler.
The giggler.
Oh.
I
Why,
found
can you giggle?
one of my favorite things about the current logo that we have is it's very like versatile, so we'd like to change it a little bit depending on the current. Here, wait. Oh, here. Okay. It's like there's just like a select. That's like what I have internally
Oh.
and stuff, so it can like change depending on the current
Yeah, that's
vibe
what
or
I was
whatever.
hoping to do with the shame logo. So that's really cool.
That's so.
We also
cool.
we have some like more. Hang on, like the terror one. Like this one is definitely different, but that's because the vibe is specifically
Ooh.
like
That's cool.
80s horror.
That's
Isaac,
really
do you have
cool,
some
dude.
of the minigame logos at all?
I don't really do those honestly. I think that's
Mm.
kind of a Java thing from what I can make out, but it's like it's mostly that we have a different kind of I don't know, we have loosely like colors associated with them, but I think Prime is more dead set on those than I am because they're mostly his back end. The other fun thing is that on actually probably the website's a good example of this. I made a font that's based on the logo text, so we can just type anything we want in that essentially.
I made a font. Let's go.
Another mirror image thing.
Let me
I know.
load this on the thing. Give me a sec. I'm gonna switch the window. There you go.
That's so cool.
So yeah, don't. I'm sure CCU also has a website. Am I right in thinking
We-
that?
We have one that's specifically for like the ARG, but it's currently not like you can only access one page of it because we're still kind of working on it. It might be worth making a proper one for the event, but we'll see what happens in time. We've got a lot more stuff to do before we get to the website, but
Yeah.
Serta hasn't inputted
Yeah.
the charity points yet because Serta is the only one who works on the website and he's very busy.
Yeah.
But there's emails tab. I remember that.
I sent it, Chris. There you go.
Here are all of our logos made by Keys, locked Keys.
Oh my
on
god,
the
they're
wall.
amazing.
Every single one of
Keys,
these are.
Keys is our resident artist. We love them. They are epic.
That's so,
Shout out to
so
Keys.
cool.
Oh, Isaac made the data collection one. Shout out to Isaac.
Yeah!
No, don't shout me out. No, please.
Shout out to
Isaac.
Keys.
Shout out to Keys. Don't ignore me.
Often I made like the really terrible concept art for the Slappy Sounds one and the TNT one, and then I want to see if I can find those images now. But
Dude, the Sluffy Salmons one is fire.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
wonder
cool.
if I have the old game logos. I wonder if I still have the Slappy Sevens one from CCU4. Let me have a look. Because that one is bad.
Oh
'Cause
god.
I made it. Yes, I do.
Oh.
when we made most of these, we'd all be in call, and I'd be like, "Hey, look at my paint thing that I drew with my mouse."
That's the old Slappy Salmons.
Yeah, definitely an upgrade, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
This was even worse. This one's the parkour one.
Is it the sun? Is that the sun? I can't tell.
I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a plate.
Wait,
Why?
let me see. It's because parkour was set on was it Alice in Wonderland, and we were on the giant table, like all the players were very small, and we were on like Mad Hatter's table.
Party.
Yeah,
It's a really cool concept though.
it
Yeah.
was really cool. The game kind of was really difficult, but it was. I
wonder
loved the
why.
set design.
I wonder why you and Grav adding like 3 Neos at the
I'm
end
sorry.
What?
and a head hitter.
What?
I'm sorry.
You should apologize for your sins. Anyways, I'm done.
Yeah.
Is there any more questions that anyone else wants to ask before we end?
I found the images.
Okay, so we need to look at these now.
Look at
Okay.
these, and then I think we're cool.
Yeah, and then we're
Yes.
done because I keep asking more questions. Hold on.
Oh my
feel like
God.
We're in a constant.
No,
We're in a constant cycle of. Do you want? Does anyone ask any questions? Hang on, I got something to say about something that we talked about an hour ago.
I like the I like the.
I like this one. This one's great.
You should
I
have
don't
used
think
that.
we
That was really good.
publicly announced
I'm
the
so
name
sorry.
of this game as well.
I'm so sorry.
Well, you've just publicly announced it now.
God damn it! I was on such a good streak for not spoiling anything.
Look what you've done.
Let me
SMH.
check because I don't know.
I think
no,
that.
yeah, no, we genuinely haven't revealed the name of that game yet.
Hold on. The only one you have announced one of them, and that's Donna's Diner.
Yeah, but it's not that one.
Donna's Diner was public for ages.
Yeah.
Slappy
We got a
Someone's been
gameplay
a
trailer
for a
as
long
well.
time, so.
And then, well, the cat's out of the bag, or I guess the ash is out of hell.
The
Spoil the law.
okay. So, thank you for.
Housekeepers,
Bro!
Hey guys, no more questions. Time's up.
Time is up. Thank you so much for joining us today on Event Talk Live. Next episode, I actually have no idea who's going to be on. I will announce that on Twitter once we all know. But right now, there is no plans for who's going to be on next. So if you would like us to have someone on, please at us on Twitter. Same one as our Twitch. On Twitter, it's the same as our @ on Twitch. Sorry, I'm completely messing this up. And yeah, pretty much. Thank you for joining us today, and we will see you
Thank
all.
you for having us.
You're very, very welcome. Thank you also to CCU and WMCT for showing up. Thank you to Quartz for being an amazing, amazing co-host. And me and when she's better, Skeletoni, we'll see you all